Okay, welcome on in, gents. Here we are once again, together with Alternate History Gaming. I am your humble and gracious player host, Bank60s. Thanks for being here, guys. All of you YouTube fans, friends, new recruits, and veterans to the channel, thank you for being here with me on this Thursday night in America and around the world. Folks, we've got a doozy here tonight. I am properly caffeinated, I must say. We've continued the Joe consumption. Nice cup of Joe. As we try and take on the task, the challenge, if you will, dealing with Scourge of War in H.I.T.S, headquarters in the saddle, and trying to piece together a little bit of a better understanding about something I heard in the discussion forums a whole lot in the last, say, week or so about how to manage maybe the courier menu instead of doing what I normally do, which is to just button mash, and courier spam my way to mastery of the AI movements and combat orders and the like. Once again, this is going to be kind of a learning in real time kind of exercise. I am no particular master at this. As a matter of fact, this is the way that I learned first how to play in H.I.T.S in Scourge of War, was to actually use the courier menu, how it is that you bring up the right thing and in what order the different orders need to be written in your order to be sent out with the courier, that they will actually be carried out the way you want. I want to jump into all of that stuff in tonight's stream. I hope you'll join me. This has been one particular topic within Scourge that's driven a lot of interest. So, without too much further ado, I would ask for you to give the video a thumbs up, the stream, hype that, as well as subscribing to the channel. Consider becoming a member. All of the links to all of that are down below. Without jumping into too awful much more, it would behoove to mention what mods we're using. I mentioned this in the description as well. We're going with Grog Toolbar, the Cavalry Artillery at all retextured, and Infantry Carnage Plus. We've been going with that on the regular here in the Civil War game, as the case may be. We're going to stick with those. Options, we'll just kind of come back around to this. I'm going to go ahead and tick it to 1 and 1, make the enemy AI just a little bit less aggressive. We are going to try on the Chancellorsville map. Here with the new Chancellorsville DLC, you'll get a chance to take a look at the vibrant colors that they've come up with in the remastered maps. I love it, man. We're going to play a sandbox, probably core v core battle. As you can see, we will have brigade level couriers and we will have hits about 16-foot distance as far away as we're going to be able to get from ourselves. So let's go single player sandbox with Chancellorsville North. Let's do Chancellorsville North. Let us be Major General. I was Sickles in my first DLC playthrough. We will be Sykes 5th Corps this time. It'll be the OOB SB Chancellorsville. We'll have 5 objectives. I think we'll keep all of this pretty much the same. Starting time, let's go 8 a.m. Game length, yeah, 150 works for me. That's about 2.5 hours long. And the score limit at roughly 20,000. I like that as well. So let's go with this. Now, the way we're going to start here is I think I'll probably pause it, and I'm probably going to just try to reacquaint myself with the courier menu. Okay, I have pretty much always, thus far in my video posting career, advocated for you to just use the command map best you can. Like so. Don't do a bear map if you're kind of more of just an intermediate player like me. And give yourself the ability to see all within 1,000 yards, which means that you can see your whole army and where all of your commands are. And then within 1,000 yards of your army, you can also see what the enemy has. that's important, I think, to just kind of like establish for when you're playing in hits as, again, kind of more of an intermediate / advanced player like me, if you want to get to that level. Let's start by making sure that all of our officers are under our command for the time being. Okay, that's one button spam that actually doesn't require a whole bunch of couriers to go out, which is nice. But what I would say we want to try to do next is take a look at the courier menu itself. Let's go to, message recipient. Okay, this is where you're going to have to understand your, I believe, your OOB really, really well. So let's pause real quick. Let's get into our OOB as 5th Corps. Oh, it looks like they picked us to be Reynolds. Okay, very well. We'll have Wadsworth's division, Robinson's division, and Doubleday. Right? Doubleday will have 2 brigades and some artillery. Robinson will have Root, Baxter, and Leonard's brigades with 4 batteries of artillery. Wadsworth, you can see 4 brigades and 3 batteries of artillery. So this is a good sized corps at 16,868 men. Once again, appreciate everybody for jumping in tonight. Got about a half dozen watching. We want to try and acquaint ourselves a little bit better with the courier menu in hits. I've seen some discussion on Discord about this a lot in recent days, and so I'm ready to kind of look into this a little bit more. So normally what I would do is I would begin punching buttons around. I would select which, say, division, Wadsworth, select unit, okay? Where is he on the command map? Okay, Robinson. Looks like Wadsworth is in the back. Doubleday, yeah, Wadsworth is like back here right near me. So let's actually select Robinson. All right. Okay, Robinson. All right, we are going to order him. And this is the thing. So let's bring up the courier menu. We have... See, here you have a full list. This is where it takes a little bit of time. You got Robinson right here. That's who this message is going to be for. The good part is that right off the rip, when you open up the message screen, you don't have to worry about who to send it to because it'll have them highlighted right away. So it helps to go ahead and select the unit. So let's go back. It helps to go ahead and select in the OOB who you're going for, select unit, opening up your courier menu right here like this. You do time and date is now for sure. All right, information. Execute the following orders. You double click and then you go to your command map. Wait. Okay. Open fire. So you have this whole list of stuff that you can plug in, right? Moving to my detachment, release to your command, driving the enemy, holding and being driven back, condition is good. Holding my position, moving to my position, moving, withdrawing my serious threats, contacting the enemy on my X-ray to core strength. Will arrive objective early, have arrived at the objective. See, like I say, kind of learning in real time. And I'm trying to remember what it was that I did. So map. And then have him go down the road to this crossroad. To here. All right. One courier will go out with that, Alright, and that's fine. Information. Now, there's nothing that gives you the ability to issue a formation command. Face, okay. Time and date, message recipient support. Probe your probe in this direction, southeast. Probe to the southeast and report to me. Face your unit in this direction upon arrival, southeast. And probe to the southeast, report to me, face your unit to the southeast upon arrival. Alright, let's just send that. And let's see what comes up on the command map. Again, I've never really recommended playing like this, but I would like to try to take a swing at figuring it out. Let's take Wadsworth. And let's go Courier Menu. Alright, I tell you what. See, all these couriers have gone out to him now, Robinson. I'm really interested to see what happens right here. Once these couriers arrive. The command map will show it. Okay. Yeah, obviously what we tried to do there didn't quite work. There he goes. Okay, there's Robinson. See, but the problem is, so let's go back to Baxter. The problem is since I put all officers on TC, none of that actually got done because they were all on TC. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's go Robinson. How can we, so what people have been the most interested in is figuring out how they might be able to utilize this courier menu playing in solo play, not multiplayer, and make use of it to where you're not having to spam a bunch of couriers using the regular toolbar commands. So, you know, is there a way to make it a little bit more realistic where you're sending one message out to try to get all the information out to your AI formations? Now, the thing that seems to be kind of a hitch in the giddy up here is the way that you traditionally, the way that I would traditionally get a division on the move. So let's just, let's do it the way we know how. Robinson, okay, I would TC off all subordinates. One courier would go out for that. Okay, and I know that I would have to turn him back on again, so I'll send another courier out for that. Then I go command map and I send him to here. I'd send another courier out for that. When he gets there, the way that I send the rest of his troops, who are all on TC off right now, is to send a formation command, which I would do like that, and another courier would go out for that. And then I would click use roads, and another courier would go out for that. That would be the idea anyway. All right? And the challenge is to try and figure out how it is that you're supposed to do all of that in just one courier message. So let's see if Wadsworth up here. Let's select him. Let's go to our courier menu again. Okay, Wadsworth's division. Execute the following orders. Take charge on. Okay, take charge off. See fit. Okay. Go to here. Take charge off. Oh, you know what I think that you're supposed to maybe do? I'm thinking maybe you're supposed to blend it. So I think there's still going to be, this is kind of what I suspected a little bit. Well, howdy, Hammond. Thanks for jumping into the chat tonight. I think that you have to blend it. I think that what you have to do is you got to go Wadsworth, right? So in order to try to streamline it a little bit, is you go TC off all subordinates to do like normal, TC back on with him, command map to here, okay, then formation, then courier menu, execute the following orders, face your unit in this direction upon arrival to the south. Okay. Probe toward this location. Childs. Ah, damn it. Okay, so so now I have to start all over again. Execute the following orders. Face your unit south upon arrival. Probe toward Child's farm. Okay, and then that's it. So let's send that courier. Let's do that. And let's see what happens with this. And then the last thing is to send oh, it looks like he's already using roads. But let's just resend that. It would appear with Robinson, yeah, already way ahead of his division. He's sending couriers out to all of his brigades and batteries to move up with him. So, okay, let's say with Robinson, we were to just say, this is where courier menu might give you a little bit more, especially in sandbox play. So, with Robinson, he's already come up. Let's go execute the following orders. Oh my gosh, look at this. That's fantastic. Okay. You can get pretty selective. Probe toward Chancellor's house is what I want him to do. Shit. Probe toward Chancellor's Crossroads. Report to me. Oh, here we go. Oh, there is our way to do formation. Okay, got it. It's under the Orders tab. Okay, we've got a 3rd division we could try to move using that, so we'll figure that out. And we'll do... I think that'll be it. Go. All right, now we got units moving out. See, now he's gotten his orders to move out to here, but he hasn't gotten the courier yet to tell him, I don't think, to get all of his guys facing south or to probe toward the Child's farm yet. So, well, you got Robinson on the move. That's good. Next is to get Doubleday on the move, which will probably just move him up to here. Okay. So you use this kind of a blended approach, at least it seems to me right now. And always remember you're going back to me. Okay, we got everybody on the move. Alright, so now with Doubleday, how about we try this? So first, select him. Make sure we go TC off for everybody to start with, and then TC back on for him. Alright, and then we're going to go command map to here. Then we're going to bring this up. Execute the following orders. Change to this formation. Division form line. And I think you have to send that one because this is the end of like an order chain. Like this. And then there's supporting info, right? This is kind of for, this is for if you're subordinate reporting back to AI. And then we'll just do no probing, so just go. And then have them use roads. So you're still courier spamming. End of the day. Grow's on. You know, Grow, I like I've said, I am not an advocate. I wanted to try and see if we could challenge. I wanted to challenge myself to see if maybe I could figure out a way to make it playable, you know. But I'll tell you, this whole deal, like right here, I mean, having to dick around with all of this, I would absolutely 100% much rather, especially once the guys get to where they're fighting, just, you know, ride around and use my eyes and click the flags and do the buttons and let the courier spamming continue. I mean, that's probably what I would much rather do. But it seems like, see, all these couriers are going out now. None of the whole, you know, none of that face south and probe toward Childs and all that, none of that seems to have gone through with either of, well, with Wadsworth's division up there. Unfortunate. So we'll just head to the southeast with the main body to get everybody on the move. And so I guess we'll just kind of see how this plays. I'm just not sure. Well, when I play in hits, I don't even use the courier menu. Most of the time, I just courier spam and button mash, and I'm sending 7 couriers to 1 division. I'm sending 5 couriers to 1 brigade. I'm sending, you know, with TC on, TC off all subordinates, TC back on subordinates. For instance, like with Double Day that we just did, I still need to send an order to TC all subordinates for him so that they'll continue moving. So the whole button mashing approach in hits is the way that I've done it. I mean, honestly, since you and I got together and we're playing some multiplayer with some of the fellas doing the Waterloo remaster release, I got together with some of those guys that were doing more of the KS. Now, here's the other thing. This is one that's kind of been a buggy deal that people have been complaining about. It is that artillery and sometimes the infantry units will not default to taking the road. You've seen that in some of my streams. Mostly when I've been playing in GodCam, I've been able to manage it fairly well enough, GodCam and without couriers, because you can go to each individual gun and you can get them on the road. And you can do that here too, but you're going to send a courier out to each individual gun to get that done. As you can see right here. And I mean, it's just, aside from doing it this way, I just don't see how you're supposed to use that courier menu with any degree of success. You know, and maybe those guns were taking the road there. I don't know, but I don't trust it. Tonight, we're doing a little march simulation. A little bit. Yeah, no facing south. But I wonder what will happen when he decides. So let's do this. Let's have Wadsworth. Let's TC. Let's do this. Let's resend the order. Lift the courier menu. Boom. Alright, time and date is good. Information, execute following orders. We're going to go take charge off. I want you to be in an attack posture. I want you to probe toward the child's farm. And let's see what happens. Let's send off that courier right there. You know, that didn't take too long. We were able to manage all of it right there. No big, huge issue. Remember, you're always going back to me in hits. Always going back to me. So this is where you gotta... Okay, we got artillery that's coming over here. Looks like it's jumping on the road. That works, that works, that works. Okay, looks like Doubleday's division isn't moving along with him. So we need to go Doubleday. Boom. We need to redo it. So what we tried to do with him using the blended approach in the courier menu didn't work out. So we got to button spam him back down to there. We'll do that. Get him on the move. You know, yeah, or all you end up having to do is a little bit, something that's a little bit tricky, which will be, you go to the command map, all right, you order him where he was here, and you order him to here. You pretty much just in your mind, you make a little mental straight line, and you see, okay, you kind of guesstimate, like, okay, he's going to face his troops that way, right? Well, then what you do is you can send, after you have located his next position on the command map, you can then, like in GodCam, go and you can push wheel, click, 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 wheel, 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 where the division commander's locator is, and then do TC off everybody, TC back on the division commander, set your formation, and boom, it'll pop up and it'll be facing that new direction. I'll see if I can do it right here. So let's do it with Doubleday's division. Okay, let's go command map. Let's bring him, say, so as the crow flies, it'll be like him going kind of this way-ish. So let's go there. All right, now, before I do anything else, I'm going to wheel right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just kind of overdo it. And then we'll do division in line. Boom. Use roads. All right, and it'll take a little while for all these couriers to get out. So we'll leave it alone for just a minute. But that should, I think, lead to this formation kind of facing more this way, south, once all that gets delivered. And I don't know, one thing that would be interesting to do would be how does, I want like to measure the angle at which this moves every time you wheel. So it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 10, let's say, clicks to get to 90. I think maybe you could go off of that. And so, yeah, we're learning. I mean, frankly, the courier menu is tough. It's downright unwieldy, really. Now we got them on the move. So, and this is the way that I'm used to doing these kinds of things in hits, right? GodCam without couriers, I would say, I mean, like, do you guys think that's the best way to play the game? What I've always believed is that hits was kind of the way that they really wanted you to play. I think, you know, that was maybe the dream, the vision, so to speak. But that it just, the controls are just kind of so convoluted and lack, and frankly lack realism that, you know, you're just not able to quite pull it off the way that they might have wanted to. And I'm talking about the guys there at Normsoft Dev. You know, I love that there's a game that gives offers the ability to play like this with an on-the-ground perspective to kind of teach players how to keep, you know, how tough it was to keep your head a little bit there from an on the ground. You can't see everything, where fog of war is a huge deal. Okay, things are now changing. It's taken quite a bit of time. I think we're kind of up at the head of the column. That should be Robinson. Yep. Yeah, I just agree. I really do. It's like if they could have just made it intuitive, more approachable, playable for anybody besides someone who is okay with, I guess the maker of a thing, it's like it's, their baby. And so they know it better than anybody. And so I'm sure the guys at Normsoft Dev know how to, whiz around and make all this stuff work just fine, without any trouble at all. But the rest of us Luddites out here, there's just not much. It's just tough. It's just tough to try to make this work. Literally, honestly, nothing that I've tried to do, I don't think, has actually worked using the courier menu. And then here I'm proven wrong about facing. That worked for me one time, I swear. Oh. Let's take Reynolds and let's move him up. Let's get him to here. So what if we took, and by the way, I'm still not sure if perhaps probing towards Child's Farm might actually work with Wadsworth up here. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I think that's the other thing too, is the idea that hits in multiplayer so this, I'm talking, and a lot of folks who are regulars with the channel and in the community, I think will understand the difference. But anybody who's casual, who's in watching or who watches the VOD later, I think a point to make here is that, so I trashed the courier menu a little bit, but only in solo play, okay? The courier menu is, as you might imagine, pretty great. So when you're in multiplayer, when you and a player or two others are in command of a bunch of AI troops and you want to communicate with each other, I'm Reynolds, a buddy is Wadsworth, another buddy is Robinson, okay, and I've got a message that I want to send to my buddy who's Wadsworth. I'll time and date it. I'll just go straight to free text and start typing in, buddy, I need you to get me a coffee and kill some revs, and boom, you type that in there, you click the check mark, off the courier goes to your player friend to do with the information, like would be the case for real. It's just this idea of playing in solo play, trying to make the AI do everything. I think that, whoever put this together, I just don't think that it. I can't figure out how to make it work. I want to figure out how to make it work, but I just can't figure out how to make it work yet. I'll probably just keep working on it as we keep going here. So like with Wadsworth, for instance, let's go back to him. All right, let's select him. So now this did work. Okay, this did work. I didn't use the buttons to put him into attack. I used the courier menu to put him into attack. Right? So now he's on his way up there. We'll have to see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do absolutely nothing with Wadsworth going forward. Let's go. Let's go. Time moves forward fast. Time moves forward fast. Time moves forward fast. Little time compression to save everybody the heartache of watching this all go forward too slowly. Probably going to be switching over to a mason jar and a beer here before too long. Yeah. You know, I think that's a fair point, bro. That's something I know you've kind of, you've harped on for a while. I remember when I first met you, one of the things that you were harping on was the idea that the engine worked, you know, that you could have taken what worked with this engine and built on that with using something new. You know, like, I think that's fair to assert. And I don't know how it could have changed things to make controls in both hits and in Godcam more intuitive and more seamless, more player friendly. You know, you know how you could have put together a real courier menu. I mean, even Grand Tactician hasn't pulled a thing like that, right? I mean, it's kind of hard to I imagine how it is that you could do it, where you've got a system of an actual working with AI and solo play courier menu that's actually usable, where you're not flipping through a whole damn list of things. You know, it's like, I mean, it's things like, what? Who is going to, aside from, I guess, maybe a guy playing Phelps Jr., who in Division Command or Corps Command is going to give an order to the 22nd New York? Like, I don't understand that. I don't really understand, like, all right, why, I'm in Division Command, I'm in Corps Command, why am I looking at a list that includes the regiments? Why am I looking at that? Right, like, whoever put the system together, why am I looking at that? I think is kind of a thought. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I would love to see how other guys are playing using the courier menu here in HITS in single player. If there are other guys who can make it work successfully. I'd love to see that. Okay, Rebs took the main objective. Kind of expected that. Okay, we're going to hang. I would say we're going to be coming in two different directions at him. I think we take Robinson. Now let's try. Let's just, for the sake of it, let's try. Let's take Robinson. Select him. Okay. Let's take him and put him down here at Chancellor House. Or actually, here, let's do this. Okay, Robinson. Courier menu. Time and date. Now, info. Execute the following orders. Probe toward Chancellor's Crossroads. All-out attack. Go. Alright, so now we're formed up. Let's see what Robinson decides to do right here. If anything. TC off all subordinates. How about that? See, yeah, I think that doing that probe toward this location, probe toward that location, I don't think it does anything. I'm convinced, or I feel convinced it doesn't do anything. Let's just try it again. You hear it, boom. Execute these orders. Probe toward Chancellor's house. Attack at all costs the enemy to your front. Go. Continuing to try to use it. But, okay, well, so it put him in all-out attack, but this whole idea of ordering them to probe in a direction is just, it means shit, I guess. So you still have to do what you normally would have to do, which is to send them down there. So, boom. Then, wheel left. Oh, it wheels him while... Okay. Courier's got to get there. Then you wheel. 2, 3, 4. Formation. Use roads. Okay, then we'll get Doubleday on the move too. He's going to come right through here and just through the woods there. Boom. Use roads. All out attack. Alright, so we're getting everybody on the move. Whatever. Whatever, man. And we're starting to... Okay, we took this victory location up here. Fine. Tell you what, I think we're probably appropriately caffeinated. We'll let the guys march on. Go get ourselves a little refill. Might caffeinate just a bit more. Mason Jar NA beer coming. Be right back with a little bit more Scourge of War Chancellorsville. You boys sit tight. Okay, all right, all right. All right, once again. I think they're getting themselves on the road. I'm not sure, though. Don't see any revs just yet. So I imagine with Wadsworth here that this whole Child's House probe in that direction, it ain't gonna work, so let's just go boom. Let's just go kind of boom. Double line. Take him roads. Stay in attack posture. Speed it up. There it is. The big house. All right, let's get Reynolds on the move closer. Come on, bye. Okay, here we go. On the move, finally, toward Child's House. Rebs are still here. I think we engage them with Robinson. So he'll come to here. I'd say right about there. Line. All out attack. Get engaged, man. Take the road. Off we go. Turbo speed. Alright, so they're getting the cannons on the road. Okay. That's working. Oh. Stone. Sees the enemy somewhere. Oh my gosh, what is this? Doubleday is doing some funky stuff here. Interesting. So I'm not sure what that's about. What is he doing? Huh. Did that have something to do with the courier menu thing that I did? Okay, I think Confederates are up this way, around the bend. We seem to be stacked up on the road. This is very interesting, though, I gotta say. Not entirely sure I understand what they're up to now, but we're gonna let them go. The enemy's been sighted. Colonel Adrian Root. Where the hell are they? I don't see them. Huh. You got more movements of, you know, the guns and the different things. They backed him up. Looks like Robinson's figuring out what he wants to do. You know, it looks kind of ugly. Here we are, stopping along the road. What are we doing, guy? What's the plan, guy? He's in all-out attack. He's looking to change something. We got couriers coming in. Colonel Leonard. They must be in these woods right here. Colonel Thompson. Okay, Root, Leonard, Thompson. That's Captain Thompson. Oh, that might have been a regimental commander. Doubtful, though. All right, Night Growl, thanks for dropping in, man. I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. Lepine. Huh. What are you guys up to? Oh, no, that's us. Those are ours. Well, why don't we take Root's brigade? Okay, here he goes. Now he's got a infantry regiment he's going to send forward. Very well. He's going to keep rest of the division kind of in reserve, it looks like. Here, got artillery setting up in a variety of different spots. Captain Hall sees the enemy. Where on earth could they be? I think they're right up this road right here. That's where I would be if I were holding on to the objective like they are. Here they go. Into the woods. Robinson going to get the boys out on the attack. Drive them. Yeah, he's sending forward all 3 of his brigades, it looks like, right straight at the objective. That works for me. Let's have Doubleday. Select him. Let's get him pushing this way past, you know, toward the toward the road. Boom. Don't worry about the roads. Just go, go, go. Being an army commander on the field, I would say I'd like to role play a little bit, I suppose. Not going to be a ton I can do up in the woods until combat is joined. I guess we'll stick with the troops. We'll stick with the troops. Yeah, we'll stick with the troops. Gameplay. Always got to try to prioritize gameplay. There they are. 48th Georgia. Yup, in these woods. They in these woods, boys. Keep your eyes sharp. Keep them bayonets sharper. We're going to get some rebel meat tonight, boys. Let's go stab and twist. Let's go. Keep them muskets loaded. Keep your powder dry. You man, I'm proud of you. Let's go. Into the woods, to the front, in battle. We'll be taking this objective good. Ooh, cannon have opened fire. Fighting Joe Hooker's 1st Corps under Reynolds. He's making contact with the enemy. Looks like we're unlimbering some guns here. There they are. Captain Thompson and his guns up here. Rolling out. Who we got? Wright's Brigade, Anderson's Division, 1st Corps, Confederates. Near the objective. Or this is the kind of the Army headquarters detachment with Anderson. I bet you he's got McClaws with him. Got a gun up against the snake rail. Good. We got regiments moving ahead. The 26th New York with the 16th Maine. Little canister out on the flank. Very well. Hooker will ride out unafraid, while the battle is joined just east of the Chancellor Crossroads. Damn it. Gun has run off. Here we go. 26 New York. You boys are good where you're at in the woods. Have some more boys up here on the slope. We got a mess of Yankees in here. It's gonna be tough to take them out. Oh my goodness, had a good volley come in, take out a whole bunch of revs in there. Good. Meat cutters in. Oh my god. Oh, with a $10 drop. Thank you for the super chat. Doing inventory work tonight. Know that I'll have this on while I count cases. Cheers, brother. Remember, folks, like, subscribe, comment when the video posts. You better believe it, brother. Thank you for the support. And I appreciate you dropping into the chat tonight, too. I appreciate you being in the stream, hanging out. Cutter, you're my biggest guy, man. You're my biggest supporter. I have so many reasons to say thank you to you, my friend. You're the best. Please keep watching. The fact that you continue to donate starts to make everybody else look bad, but why? So watch yourself, right? I'm kidding. Thank you so much, man. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. I hope you enjoy your evening this evening. Working hard at work. That's a hard-working man there, Meat Cutter. I hope you enjoy being here with us, too. On the retreat with the 3rd Georgia. I see Rebs moving on the left. Let's go back to Robinson. Let's have him be in a attack stance now. Let's do this. Yeah, we've got one. We're in contact with one brigade here. Cap Frank Amsden. Okay. The front looks stable enough. These are going to be some pesky Rebs here. The New York boys right here. Hang on. Go toe-to-toe best they can. It looks like they're getting the better end of it. The woods. It's the woods. The Rebs are out in the open. They're exposed right up there. All right, we've got a line that's extended out this way. We got a volley that's going out. Oh, okay, no, they picked up their rifles, started firing at will. That's fine. Okay, we're engaged over here. Rowley's brigade. All right, New Yorkers on the advance. Very good indeed. These guns, I think they can see. Let's try to kind of clean this up a little bit. Yeah, we are able to fire here. Good. More Revs marching in formation out that way. I don't see any of our flags over there, but I see guys of theirs going down. There they are. They're fighting against some of our troops over that way. This is close to the main objective, and I'd like to get these guys out of here. Continue to advance with the 26th out of the woods. Fantastic, boys. It's TC, the 16th Maine. All right, they got even more fire coming in on them now. Who is that over here? I can't click on them. Can't see the flag. There it is. There it is. That's the 136th Pennsylvania. Okay. 16th Maine. Forward. 100 yards. Fine. Forward to there. Okay, another brigade coming here. Let's stop the 16th. They'll be able to start firing from up here and in the woods. Down here at the 48th Georgia, which is going to be hurting. Glad to catch them out in the open like that. Give the 16th. Ooh, got a volley going out. Fire. Oh, and you gotta send a courier to tell him to fire. And bingo. Oh, jeez. That's kind of lame. Oh well. All right, let's give it back. Get back control. See, at this point, I've just totally abandoned the courier menu. So, sorry if that's a disappointment. Well, okay, we got a gaggle of Confederates that we're uncovering. I think it's time to take out Doubleday to chill. You, sir, defend. We're gonna have Wadsworth hit him hard. Yeah, hit Wadsworth comes straight down the road right here. Boom. Boom. And stay in an attack stance. All right, let's go moving toward this side of the fight. I got a feeling like things are going to start going pretty good for us over here. Up over these stream beds, all this terrain. You could imagine just trying to pick your way through all this mess in here and make sense of things, you know? All right, we got our skirmishers out. Nice. See these boys. Let's go over. Make sure they're doing all right. That's who was fighting this rebel unit that I spotted through the woods earlier. Very good. Ooh, managed to move some cannon up in here, huh? More skirmishers. So that's all the AI's doing. That's pretty cool. Engagement over here with 2nd Georgia. Major General Joseph Hooker. With skirmishers coming back forward, artillery is going to set up behind, it looks like here. Here's their line. We got Stone's brigade that's going to get itself in trouble. Oh, crap. I'll tell you something. We need to go probably back to Bullocks or back to this road. We need to head to the northwest is what we need to do. I don't think Wadsworth got that order. I think our courier trying to get to him got killed. That's why, as the overall commander, you end up staying in the rear more. Now, that's to say, too, courier does take a smart route some of the time, but as you can see, you got a bunch of these that are taking a dumb route through enemy lines. They've got a bunch of troops in this area here. Skirmishing in the woods. Okay, we got Wadsworth. He's going to get involved here. Looks like he's going to bring some artillery here. I don't know. I think to fire down on these boys, it seems. Whew. Slow going through here, man. I like that about the all-out attack. In general, like I do like to put a division or brigade or what have you on an all-out attack because of that very thing. They'll actually use skirmishers pretty well. Wadsworth's going to send in 1 brigade on the flank of the Rebs there. We need to get him to send in more than that. Casualties starting to go up. We got a little more going on around here. These guns seem to be holding things on this end. I think we're moving them here good. Okay, Edgel. Okay, now we're back to this road. Excellent. We should be able to get Wadsworth a courier now without too much trouble. Right. So select Wadsworth. He's in an attack. Very good. Let's have him. Let's take whose brigade is it that he's got advancing here? Phelps. All right, let's take Phelps, and let's just TC him if we can get a courier there. But then let's go back to Wadsworth. Let's have him focus down this road with the rest of his division. Boom. Boom. Stay in his his attack order, and I think this will put our couriers in a better position to actually get there from up here. Yeah, because we've got Phelps advancing there. Ooh, a new brigade out this way. Moan. Good thing we got them on the move out that way. Once the couriers get there, it might be a little too late. These batteries might be in trouble. All right. Let's take me back down the road. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to take Reynolds here. We'll TC off with him. And then I'm going to put him in an attack. And let's see what he ends up ordering the troops to do. And we'll just be Hooker. Kind of just, at this point, forced to observe. We're looking all right. It's just all this artillery that's coming down here. That could be trouble. This is looking good, though. Ooh, barely got these couriers through. Got artillery running off. Looks like we're backing up this way. Phelps trying to attack through the woods toward these Rebs and cut them off. A little bit chaotic fight out here. These guns are going to start backing up. Let's go command map and see what we've got here. We got Moan coming up and screwing things up for our division in the north side of the battlefield. I think is our courier dead? There's Wadsworth. No, we've got both couriers still going towards him. That's huge. That's huge, man. That's huge. Woo! These fellas are making a deep push. You could say our line is broken. But Phelps is coming right on his, hot on his heels. Hey, Lawson, welcome on in. Hey, Lawson Brady, one of the newer recruit members. Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you so much. Yes, playing the Yankees once again. Tonight, anyway. Yeah, it's on. The attack is on, bro. It is on. Okay, we need to go down here. I think we'll be able to steadily just grind them. Okay, now our command went through. And we've got Wadsworth doing some stuff, trying to do some stuff. At least, and we'll be folding around this side. We've got a rebel breakthrough here that's problematic. We're going to need to take one of these brigades from Robinson's division and probably take them with us and march this way with them. I don't know, though. Maybe not. All right, here we are. Always love to hunt them down sandbox battles, even in hits, especially in hits. When you got enough objectives out on the field, and one side or the other goes ahead and captures the most valuable one, you kind of know where the battlefield's going to be. AI does a pretty good job of getting everything, you know. Yeah, you can see, you got a cool little battle line that's formed up. They're getting artillery set up in spots that make sense, I think. Oh, by the way, for those watching live tonight, we are going to get back on Crimson Desert tomorrow night, and I am definitely going to be doing a boss fight or two, possibly two. We need to start getting into the more difficult boss fights now. We're kind of OP in Crimson Desert, running around killing those mobs of bandits. So we're going to see if we can't get ourselves in deep trouble with the boss fights. 12th Massachusetts up here. Time for them to get the hell out of here. Woo! They've been taking a beating. But so have the Revs up here. This has been a tough spot. Looks like. Send the 26th New York to the rear for a bit. Got the 16th Maine here. Let's go ahead and have them move up. We'll send out some commands of our own. Here, the 22nd Georgia Wrights Brigade trying to hold strong on this flank for the Rebs. They're doing pretty good. They're tying up Robinson's whole division. Line. We've got Edward Perry's brigade here. Bunch of rebel artillery, I would assume, right around here. All right, let's ride down the line. It's pretty much right along this stream. Whew. I do like that infantry carnage mod. That's pretty cool. Can't lie about that. Let's head over this way. We can see the Rebs down here. All right, we're pushing them back. They're down in the bottom near the stream, as you can see here. And we got skirmishers out. Fantastic, man. Gotta say, I think the strategic AI for the remaster, I think it's not bad. Not in the Civil War game. Here we go. Here we go. Pushing, pushing. Posey's brigade is here. Ooh, did we just hit Anderson's division? Is that what we've got in front of us? I'm thinking that would be nice. I think we just got Anderson's division in front of us and his artillery, is what I'm thinking. But I do believe that's kind of an oversized division. I think it's like 12 or 13,000 strong, something like that. Once again, this is Scourge of War Chancellorsville DLC and a H.I.T.S playthrough. Was doing a little bit with the Courier Menu before. Pretty much have abandoned that at this point, now that combat is joined. If Appreciate you giving the stream a thumbs up. Hype the stream. Jump in the chat. Tonight, we already got a big super chat from Meat Cutter, veteran member of the channel. We've got Lawson Brady, who jumped in. I think Road Dog's probably out there somewhere. The Growl came in, went earlier on. It's been fun to jump in together, guys. If you're new, subscribe to the channel, and then also, I've got to pitch that membership at you. $2 a month is all it costs to become a member, recruit level, here at Alternate History Gaming. With me, Bag 60s. Ha. Okay, we're doing good on these guys here. I see a lot of dead and wounded Rebs down near this stream bed. Managed to get our artillery up. Yeah, man, we in the Reb killing business up here, and business is good. Looking pretty all right. Looking pretty all right. And no. No, I will not turn off the trees. Damn it. They couldn't turn off the trees in the real deal. Yeah, got a bunch of artillery on the run. This side toward the south, we're doing pretty good. We'll be pushing them. I think we can hold. Phelps Jr. is in a real scrap. They've got at least, they've got McClaw's division back here. They're still in reserve back there. Okay. So I would say we probably want to stick with Robinson's and Doubleday down here. Doubleday is going to be the one that gets into the most heat, I would say, most likely. Like Wadsworth is the division that we need to really punch through, though. Yusa, all out attack. He won't get that courier message, though. Alright, let's go over to him. This is something that, you know, this is what you do sometimes. We got to go kind of north-northwest. About off that way. Good. Let's go. Okay, while we make this ride, I need to go refill. And I'll be right back, guys. Oh, my timing is impeccable. Okay, fantastic. Well, we want to go up this way. Except we got Rebs here. That's funny. Hit him with canister, fellas. Guns have to fend for themselves over here. Obviously, this is not the way that things would be going if I was playing it in God Camp. We don't have that much longer to go in the scenario in general. Okay, yeah, this kind of goes on a high ridge until we go around. Get to the next crossroad and we'll take a right. Phelps looks like he might be in a little bit of trouble. And you got this 9th Alabama back here that's going to cause us some trouble and strife as well. But we are moving now with Robinson. We need to get Wadsworth focused. Casualty count looks good for us. Oh, we're pushing them now. We got them routed there. Wow, we're breaking them now. Excuse me. Lawson, if you're still out there watching, you got to check out my last Chancellorsville playthrough in Scourge. Played the Jackson's Juggernaut scenario in God Cam, no couriers. Whole lot of fun. Ended up extending that thing into an alternate history nighttime attack. And all those watching now, I may have to play that one out. I started to not love how it was going, where we would basically just be stumbling on enemy formations of troops, and melee would ensue, and that's how things were going through the night. That was kind of like, I don't know if I love it, but I think that's an interesting talking point. That's like, so say Jackson finds an area to attack that he likes. I think he was legitimately considering a nighttime attack. It might have been like a first of its kind of a thing. And I just wonder how it would have gone. I think part of the reason why he ended up getting shot and killed, I think there was a full moon or something. You know what? I'm looking this up. Was there a full moon the night Thomas Stonewall Jackson was shot? Yeah, a bright full moon was shining the night of May 2nd, 1863, when Confederate General Thomas Stonewall Jackson was accidentally shot. So what he had in his mind was, okay, under moonlight, we might be able to continue the fight into and through the night. And it might have been, who knows? It was Stonewall Jackson. The man was as audacious or more so than Lee, and certainly as cunning, or I think he was more cunning than Lee. And I think that there's a chance history may have written the very first night assault involving, you know, Civil War armies on the American continent. I don't think that it would have destroyed the Army of the Potomac. I think it would have made Hooker want to retreat, probably. So, you know, same result. All right, here's where our guns are getting crowded out by a single regiment, same as in the center. Oof, this has been a bloody fight up here, as we are routing the Rebs of Mahone's brigade. He's been up here fighting for a good long time. Oh, there we are. Okay, boys. Okay, boys. We need to get you guys moving. We need to get you guys moving. I need you to make it an attack move. We need to get this brigade on the move right here. Meredith is in a hold posture. We need to push them. Go to there. In line. Boom. Go, go, go. All right, now up here. That's also Meredith. Okay. That's the Iron Brigade. Yeah, we better push them for sure. See us advancing here. Except we've got Iron Brigade troops. Well, let's go to Cutler's Brigade. Okay, he's up here. Hey, we're pushing him now. Running into a wall here, though. Paul's brigade. Wadsworth's got a huge division up here. Okay, Paul's brigade. We're going to bring him here. Assault columns up. Attack march. Alright. 2nd Wisconsin. TC off. Meredith, TC off. Line. We're going to try to get guys going here. We're going to do that. Then we're going to go all-out attack with the Iron Brigade. Get them moving. The 56 Pennsylvania doing pretty good here. Their grade's not good, but they are advancing bravely. While it appears the 76 New York here in the woods is hanging tough, looking pretty good. Yeah, things are moving along at a pace on that side of the fight. Phelps Jr.'s brigade in the center kind of bowing through here. The 9th Alabama chasing off our artillery still. We better get Reynolds out of there. Mr. Reynolds, how about you come on down here, my guy? Ammo wagon. So I will say, in kind of a de facto way, another way to do the same thing is not spamming quite so many couriers, is to use the grog toolbar like you would in Waterloo and send, right-clicking, send a multitude of different messages. All right, off we go. Okay, Paul's going to move forward here. We got Meredith on the move here. Good. Let's get into Paul. Let's go ahead. Let's give him back. And then let's put him in an all-out attack. Got our boys moving up through the woods here. Here, let's TC to 7th Wisconsin. They'll split off and go this way. Let's get you in columns here. Wow, look at these boys. The 56 Pennsylvania pushing ahead bravely. They've been just soaking in musket fire and casualties this whole time as they've kind of pushed over the rise, and they've bravely fought with a regiment on their flank and 2 out front. They've had a little help from old 76 New York over here. Moving ahead with the rest. Pressing them, pressing them. Okay, we need to get the guns back in the fight. So let's get Wadsworth's guns figured out. Lieutenant you. Let's get your guns here. Take the road. Lieutenant Captain you. Right here. Thank you. Lieutenant James Stewart. Right there. Good. These Rebs holding tough inside the woods right here. And a major push coming to back up Phelps. How's Phelps Jr. doing anyway? All right, he's still in good fighting shape. Fantastic. These boys, go ahead, move ahead to 100 yards. We're looking pretty good here. also detach them. All right, let's go closer to the 7th Indiana here. Let's go ahead, TC them. Let's get them in the firing line right here. Double time with 437 fresh troops. Had 7th Indiana come in. We may even charge with them. Why not? All the way. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to go forward with the 7th Indiana. Joseph Hooker, risking life and limb to lead the charge. All right, stop. Get a volley out. Rebs up there. Tactical reserve, you're requested. Intercepted. Okay. Hold at your current location to receive further orders. Lieutenant Colonel Nelson Pendleton. Okay. That's artillery in the back. Bingo. Oh, look at that. That sent him running. Forward, 100 yards. Double time. And the 7th Indiana moves ahead. The Hoosiers. The Hoosiers are going to surge ahead. Let's go, boys. Ready, stop. Volley fire. Get them all loaded. Get them all loaded. Bam! All right, forward, 100 yards. Double time. Go, go, go. Stop. Volley fire. Bam. Send them running. Forward. Double time. The 7th Indiana, boys. This is how you lead the charge. All right. Stop. Volley. Again. Volley fire. Fire. Blam. Get him running. Keep him running, baby. All right, we'll just advance. Superior forces are being forced to fall back, send reinforcements. Oh, nice. Anderson is sending off his messages to ask for help. Ooh, okay. Robinson's a little tougher shape here. We're pushing this side finally, though. Okay. These boys go back on AI control as we get the rest of the division moving up behind them. I'm a little worried that I'm stuck on this flank, whether I like it or not. Lepine, we need to get... Oh, forgot to turn my mic back on. I was just saying, I think that H.I.T.S is fun. Fun game. Good game. I just think that it's better for PvP or PvE multiplayer. I think solo play is best done using God Cam, no couriers. Generally speaking, I think you can make it more realistic as far as kind of what's happening out on the battlefield. You know, this jambalaya of artillery way over here on the flank and all of this stuff seems a little silly, right? It would be done differently if I were doing it in God Cam. Because, you know, in the real thing, you had competent guys who knew what they were doing, how one unit should move with the other. And the AI just cannot replicate that level of competency. It's really, really just a tough ask. All right, we need to head northwest that way. Got a line that's formed out here. Good. I think, you know, and I'm quite a bit interested in how the AI behaves, right? I think everybody is. Look at the 9th Alabama just continuing to drive us off over here. That's fun. What's going on here? Got a whole brigade on the move out this direction somehow, some way. What are they doing? Coming out here? That's very strange. Probably bring the speed up a bit here, ride it out. Yeah, here's this brigade. It's coming back this way. Not sure exactly what it is they're after. Pushing them, two sides. Don't think we'll take the objective by the end of the scenario, though. So, got a feeling like this is going to go up as either an inconclusive fight or a major defeat. I have to say, all of the entrenchments, that's just cool stuff. They did a good job with that. Excuse me. Hazel Grove, yeah, this was the spot that caused the Union all kinds of headaches because the Revs got some guns up here that were able to just train down in this area where a bunch of Yankees were. And Stonewall's corps was able to continue pressing this side. All right, now Robinson's guns. Let's get them up. Oh, we're getting pushed way back out here. All right. We'll be, we got several troops routing here. Roots Brigade in a little trouble. Wadsworth, I don't think, is going to be in time. Robinson's division is getting torn up pretty good. Now casualties are evening out. Down to 3,100 points. Okay, got guns moving forward. Finally. I'm thinking maybe we take Robinson and we get him on a defend. So we can save his men. I think we get Doubleday. I think we get him on a defend. Alright, now with this artillery, there's troops routed. The 26th New York, they were doing so good before. Boy, they lost a lot of their troops. Let's go with me. Let's have these guys double time. All the way across the board. Spam those couriers. Okay. Off we go. Everybody on the double quick. Let's do it. Alright, got the guns on the move there. Seven minutes in the scenario. Wadsworth, drive him! Drive him! Drive him, by God! winding this thing down. We're going to have artillery setting up out in these fields. We're going to have to repel, I think, a Confederate counterattack out this way. Most likely. Here comes Wadsworth. Fantastic. Maybe we'd be able to bag him. Thompson. I think he's rolling his guns out now. Yeah, these guns are in good spot to help those guys get driven out of the woods there. But I would still like for this battery come out and roll out right here. Boom, boom, boom. And double time it. Go, go, go. There we go. Bingo. I like that. This battery here. Yep, I like right there. This battery here. Yes, I like there. Good. Setting your artillery, the main thing a lot of the time. Now, let's get back up to the front, shall we? Robinson's division. I know we got a lot of Confederate artillery back there near the objective that's probably choking things up for us. We could go get some points. We don't have time. But could send a unit to go sit by that. Sit by that. Okay, yeah, we're getting pushed. Let's have Roots Brigade just retreat. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And then we'll get, who else is it? Baxter. Retreat. 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 One more. Okay. We're going to take this brigade under route. We're going to bring them right here. In double line. Using the road. And TC on all subordinates. We've got the guns out right here. Going to give the Revs hell coming through this way. they're coming. They're coming. Wolford's brigade, McClaw's division. Wilcox's brigade, Sims, Kershaw. McClaw's division is in action, in motion. Stone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. His brigade, I think, is on the retreat. Okay. We're going to need to stay. Major victory, huh? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't feel like it was a major victory. Well, there you have it, folks. I guess we'll take it. Cheers. Mason jar and a beer in hand on a major victory. Yum, 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 yum. Had fun with that one, guys. Chancellorsville DLC. One more time right here on Alternate History Gaming. Appreciate everybody who decided to jump into the stream tonight. That's probably going to do it. I cannot wait. He popped in and headed back out here a little while earlier in the stream, and I wished I had taken a minute to pump this coming up with the next Scourge of War stream. We've got a PvP match between me and the Growl. Let's all get excited and jump in together on that one. It's just going to be God Cam, no couriers between the two of us. We don't know which scenario we're going to do yet. Probably going to try to do in the Chancellorsville DLC, but I'm not sure yet. I think we're going to try to make it something like a core v core, most likely. We are going to do randomized scenario selection. We're going to do randomized side selection and go from there. It's going to be Saturday night, guys. Really looking forward to that stream. Probably be a solid 2.5 to 3 hour stream that night between me and Growl, head to head, live here. Tomorrow night we're back on Crimson Desert. Gotta say, we're starting to lag on the view count with Crimson Desert. I would love it if on a Friday night you wouldn't mind. If you support the channel, please, you pop that one on the stream, one of the screens you got going way in the background, and just run it. I would really appreciate your support on that Crimson Desert playthrough, because I believe that that is one that's just going to continue to be relevant in terms of a content and conversation starter in the YouTube space. And I love the game and would like to be able to continue justify playing it. So there's that. If you would consider that for your own entertainment, of course, appreciate you for doing that. As for tonight's fun, like I say, I think that'll just about do it. I'm Bank 60s. This is Alternate History Gaming. I had a blast doing a little hits. Discovered a little bit about how the Courier Menu may just kind of be this is a no-no. I'm playing in hits. Nah. Courier Menu doesn't seem to mix well even with your button mashing courier spamming approach to gameplay. Tried to make it work tonight. Couldn't figure it out, really. Got into a few lessons about kind of why it doesn't work, I'd say. Had a little conversation in the chat about that as well. So I'd say we got some takeaways. I would love to see either in the Discord or in the comments of this VOD when it posts more information from those who might know better how to incorporate the Courier Menu into your gameplay in hits for perhaps a much more enjoyable, immersive experience in Scourge of War, which is what we're all, I think, trying to find a bit of a holy grail, right? Once again, guys, would encourage you, please, if you enjoyed the content, to hit that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel. It's Alternate History Gaming with me, Bank 60s. And I'll see you